want to see what I can get into, all the trouble I can get into here at an orchid auction, hoping to make all of my orchid dreams come true. I'm just so excited. Hey everyone, and I thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another episode of my orchid adventure, of course with no one else but me, Maria Young. Okay, so in today's episode, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you exactly what I got at the orchid auction held by Central Florida Orchid Society, of which I promised you, of course, and I definitely keep my promises, so indeed we will. Okay guys, I really was gonna try to film today, but I don't know. The weather is not going to hold up at all. It's really windy in my garden, and yeah, here in a little bit it's going to rain, unfortunately. I wanna cry because you guys don't know how many times I've been trying to film and I always get caught up either with bad weather or just situations that I couldn't fight through. So yeah, hopefully soon I'll be able to film though. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Okay folks, and here we are. Yes, I am still in my garden, and you might be capable of hearing some raindrops because it is drizzling outdoors, but you guys know that I am an absolute trooper. Yes, I am. I am not afraid of a little bit of rain, and obviously you guys are not either because you guys are still with me. So indeed, I really appreciate that you have stuck it out with me too. But you guys know I really wanted to get this out to you guys, so yeah, I am dedicated and we are going to get this done together. And yeah, my shirt is a little bit wet too, and my hair, as you can tell, it is mousy. It did get drenched as well. I was literally waiting in my garden, finger crossing that yeah, the rain would ease up, but it didn't. It got worse, and I actually had to go inside and wait it out. But you know what? Florida weather says that it is kooky here in Florida. One second it is raining, it is pouring, and then the next second the sun is out, and indeed it is a new day within the same day. So go figure. But I am indeed thankful that I am capable of still being here with you today. So again, we're gonna get this done, and we're gonna get it done together, right? Together. Okay, so in today's episode, I definitely wanted to show you guys my orchid haul from the Central Florida Orchid Society auction, of which I had promised you in our last episode. You guys do remember our last episode, right? You know, the one that you watched, the one that you told me you'd watch. Oh my gosh, tell me you guys watched it. Okay folks, if you guys did not watch it, don't worry, you did not miss the bus because you still have the opportunity. All you have to do is click on the link like right up here. Right there. You see it, right? Click on that link, and of course it's going to take you directly to that video. So what are you waiting for? Like, do it right now. And folks, just to tell you a little bit more about how the Orchid Society runs as far as their auction goes, so you guys know exactly what you are going to encounter. Such a wonderful, fabulous encounter, by the way, when you do go to an orchid auction. And of course, I did tell you guys that, yeah, I went like above and beyond my orchid budget. I came in there with, you know, somewhat of a cash flow, and that cash flow went right into a brick wall. Like, no more cash flow. I like overspent, okay? But you guys know that this is all for a good cause, because the monies that is raised at this orchid auction actually helps to benefit and also allow them to have funds to go ahead and have things planned out throughout the year. Again, your seminars and your speeches and your tours and all of the great things that they do. So of course, these donations and also these purchases from the public really assist them in being capable of doing that. So yeah, I went above and beyond my budget, but it was all for a good cause, and I am grateful and thankful that I was able to participate and also get some great fabulous orchids. And never mind the raindrops that are popping on my head. It's all good. Just ignore it. We're all good, folks. We will survive this together. Again, I said together. But yes, indeed, all for a good cause. Now, when you get to an orchid auction, I want to tell you a little bit about that. I get there early. So if you guys want to see exactly all of the orchids that they have available, get there a little bit early. The show started at 9 o'clock. I got there at 8:30. You sign in, you register, they give you this powerful paddle. Oh yes, I got my little tushy paddle too, by the way. And folks, let me tell you the tremendous rush I felt when I received that paddle. Oh my gosh, that paddle was just not a paddle. It was my scepter. My scepter of great power. I'm telling you, when I held that scepter in my hand, I felt like there was nothing I couldn't do in the orchid world. And indeed, I felt as if I was going to make a great orchid change. But then I realized when I went to make my payment, the only change that I really made was the dent that I made in my account. And that scepter, oh my gosh, it didn't have any power at all. But they give you this paddle, they give you a pencil, and you're capable of writing down all of your orchids that you want to bid on. And that really kind of keeps you centered and focused, because, you know, in a sea of all sorts of fabulous orchids, you can get off track. So this is a way that you definitely are able to see all of the orchids that you want to bid on, write down the number, and when you see that number pop up, raise that little powerful paddle that you have, and indeed you might have the opportunity of owning that fabulous orchid. Now also, when you get there with that paddle, they're going to show you the orchid, and of course if that's one of the orchids that you want, go ahead and raise your paddle like high in the air. Let the whole world know that you are loud and you are very proud. Now I will tell you that the prices of the orchids did vary. The lowest orchids I seen go was actually at $3, believe it or not. Yeah, $3 orchids. Oh my bejeebers. But yeah, as low as $3. And then they went up all the way above $100. But you guys have to know that some of those orchids were really highly acclaimed and known to have won previous shows before. So yeah, you were getting some orchids that were actually exact division from those winning plants. So yeah, they had some pretty specialized plants there as well. So here we go, folks. Okay, no more of the hoopla. Let's get on with the orchid haul already, because as many of you guys had said in my other video, you guys were like, show us the orchids already, especially Terry TD Moores. I heard you, so let's get on with the showing. Dun-dun-dun-dun. And the first one that we have on our list is this Arachnus Floss Eris. And this is actually one of the varieties that I already have. I do have an Arachnus, but it is the Arachnus Magioi. So this actually is similar to the Magioi, but of course different in coloration. The blooms on this actually has a creamy color and then has a deep brown striping. And of course you guys know this is also called the tiger tail orchid or the scorpion orchid or the arachnid spider orchid. Of course the blooms resemble a spider shape or a tiger tail. So indeed quite a unique orchid, and this one right here is really healthy, standing at almost 2 feet tall. And as you can see here, this actually has a spike, but unfortunately in its transition all of the buds did blast. So boo-hoo, I am so sad, but yet I am so happy that this is so healthy, and I am expecting great and wonderful things from this Arachnus floss aris. So indeed I love it. And I was also able to get this beautiful, very healthy orchid right here. This is the Denisander, and this is actually a combination of the Denisoniana and also the Sandriana orchid. So indeed, quite a beautiful blossom this will have, and also this will be quite fragrant indeed. So I am very excited to have this. And my, oh my, what to my wondering, I should here, oh my gosh, am I looking at a Cymbidium? You guys know a Cymbidium that I said I would never ever get again, because I've been having not so good luck with the Cymbidium that I already had, because I believe that Florida weather is not being too kind to my Cymbidiums. So indeed I said I wouldn't, but you know what, I seen this and I was like, oh my, I gotta have it, gotta have it. And indeed I do. And right here, folks, yes, here we go again with the Vandas. But of course you guys know I am an absolute Vanda addict. I have been totally vandalized. Do you guys know that? This orchid right here, I am very, did I mention very excited about. This is a charming and very beautiful Vanda. This Vanda right here is called the Jamaica Pixie, and of course this is crossed with a Jenny Gold and also a Lima Lotta. So you can imagine the beauty of the blossoms of this orchid right here. I am so excited. This is a Vanda that is highly acclaimed and has already been awarded. So indeed I am just so excited to get this to bloom, and this is just quite a spectacular Vanda right here. Okay folks, I don't know what happened on this one, I really don't. This was my what the purchase, because I don't know what I was thinking. Definitely this is a last minute, no-brainer purchase right here, because I actually don't, well, I'm not going to say I don't like, because I don't think there's a Vanda that I don't like, but I'm not so keen on yellow Vandas. I mean, I'd rather just admire you from a distant, like in someone else's collection. And this is actually a yellow Vanda. This is called the Oscasenda Brighton's Best. And yeah, I pulled up the orchid blossom, and yeah, not too impressed, but you know what, it's a Vanda, so I love her still. And you know what, a lot of times when I purchase an orchid that I wasn't too keen about, they always surprise me, and they always end up being like one of my favorites, so who knows. But again, this was a what the heck were you thinking purchase. And the next one on our list is this one right here. Yet again, another Vanda. Now, I am very excited about this one because, as you guys know, I absolutely go bazonkers for orchid blossoms that are all about the frill and curvature. Blossoms that are all about the color combinations, the patterns, and of course the splotches and tessellated patterns drive me up the wall. And also, you guys already know formations of the blossoms drive me crazy, and one of the things that really drive me to the moon and back, of course, is the fragrance. And this one hits all 3 points, I'm telling you, with the formation of the bloom, with the patterns and the colors, and also the fragrance. This right here is quite a stunner. And what we have here is a Vanda Happy Smile, also crossed with a Kultana fragrance. And indeed, I am very excited about this gal right here. And last but not least are these right here. These are what I call my ugly ducklings. Oh my! But they're not really ugly at all. Oh no, they are just quite unique. And of course, you guys already know I do find beauty in uniqueness. Now what we have here, right in the back, that is a Mimi Palmer crossed with a Cerulean. Now you guys know Mimi Palmers are just so awesome in their formation of their blossoms, and of course the Cerulean has that deep, heavy, tessellated pattern. So indeed, very beautiful bloom should come from that gal right there. And here we have the Mimi Palmer. Of course, you guys know I love Mimi Palmers. Their fragrance and their beauty, of course, is quite resounding. Okay folks, and if you guys are still wondering why I consider these two the ugly ducklings, because if you take a look at them, you might not consider them too aesthetically pleasing. They are not what you consider the standard glamorous gals, but indeed if you take a close look, if you can see beyond their flaws, you indeed can see quite the potential that they have. Because although you're seeing this big long stem and it winds and it has quite an awkward shape, and also with this gal right here as well, just very, very awkward and lanky looking, right? That's what you may say. But of course, if you take a look at my Norval Vandas, you will see that most of them are standing upright, and they are very beautiful too. But if you take a look at these actually remind me more of how they would grow in nature, because they don't always grow upright, but you will find them winding and curving and climbing in any direction that they want to. So this actually gives me more of a natural appeal, especially in my tree. And then you can imagine when it does bloom, the blooms are going to actually kind of somewhat remind us of a pendulant florensis, or an inflorescence that is pendulant. So you're going to have those blossoms just simply cascading downward. So if you have them hanging higher in the tree, you're going to find those blossoms just cascading their beauty upon the world. So indeed, this may look like an ugly duckling, but you guys know exactly what happened to the ugly duckling, right? Indeed, the potential is enormous, and I am excited, so excited about these two. Okay folks, and that was my amazing orchid auction haul. Now you guys have to let me know exactly what you thought about my haul, and of course which ones were your favorite. And if you've ever went to an orchid auction before too, you have to share with us your experience, and of course let us know exactly what great deals you got. And we sure would love to hear about them, so be sure to post your comments like below.
Please hang up and try again.
I'm trying to remember what I was talking about. Yeah, this could take days. And also vendors from like Flum, did you hear me? I said Flum all over the world. Oh my. Trying to remember. And this right here is a tessellata. You naughty car, you naughty. So loud. Get on my last nerves. Anyways, like I was saying. Oh yeah. Here we go. What was I talking about again? Oh, I don't know. Nobody knows what you're talking about. You just keep going and going and going, just like the Energizer Bunny. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another orchid adventure with me, Maria Young. And if you guys like this video, please be sure to give it 2 green thumbs up. And of course, if you want to stay tuned to the latest and greatest news of my orchid adventure, then you better be sure to subscribe. And if you guys want to follow me on my Facebook adventures as well, because you know I have a great time on my Facebook also. And I love all of you guys that have joined me there. And if you guys want to join me, you guys can do that as well at My Orchid Adventures right on Facebook. Now, if you guys want to like totally snail mail me, you can do that as well. And the address is gonna be like right down below, right here. You guys see it. Of course, you guys do. Again, I thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another orchid adventure with me, Maria Young, and you guys already know that I totally love you guys all. You. And of course, mwah, 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 mwah.